It's been a long time, but welcome back to the Forge. Welcome back to Pints and Paints. Thanks very much for joining us. I know it's been a long time coming. I've been slacking. Real life has been absolutely kicking me in the ass. So let's get the formalities out of the way. Today, it's a good summer beer, Busch Light. It's refreshing, delicious. Hits the spot. Always important to get your hobby started off right. And a pint will do that for you. So, welcome to Pints and Paints. What's been the delay? The delay has been real life, unfortunately. I hit a bit of a lull after hot lead, just sort of still recovering from my medical stuff, had some other issues going on, and then work. Getting back to work after being off, obviously, for 6 months, you can imagine I've been trying to do as much overtime as possible. So I've been working lots of hours, doing some renovations on the house, redoing a bathroom, redoing a back room, and then everything that comes with living on a farm in the summertime, obviously, cutting hay, doing all that fun stuff. So looking after horses and whatnot. So real life, unfortunately, has been getting the better part of my time, but that has changed, thank goodness. Kind of settling into a routine now. And decided it was important to make sure that I dedicate a little time to the hobby, just for my own sake, really. As much as I enjoy doing these videos, this obviously isn't why I hobby and why I do what I do. I love the game. I love the genre. I'm into miniature wargaming across the piece. So I play Kill Team. I play Necromunda. There's a lot of things that need my attention, and for the better part of 2 years, SBG has been pretty well the entire focus. There's been little things here and there, but the SBG has really been the prime thing, and that's been great. Met a lot of awesome people, but I wanted a little bit of variety, wanted to change it up. So I think the break's been good for me. I've come back sort of refreshed, renewed, ready to go. Obviously, the excitement of Articon, seeing everything posted up. We had OHA Tony and OHA Dane, OHA Sam and OHA Dan representing the OHA over there. That was awesome. Dane had some shirts made up that are absolutely stellar. I'll throw a picture up at the end so you guys can see that. Go over in true Canadian fashion, jerseys, hockey jerseys, which is awesome. So I guess it was an absolute blast, which I have no doubt. There's so many great people in the community. They got to meet so many awesome people. I'm sure it was an absolute blast. Gutted I wasn't able to make it. Hopefully next year, if it's in the cards, barring life again. But it would be a lot of fun to get over there and take part in that. Obviously, the biggest event in our hobby. So really excited. They had a great time, but it has also reinvigorated me, got me excited. We have an event coming up, Scouring the West Farthing, September 21st in Chatham at the Retro Suites. That's Chatham, Ontario, Canada. I know we've got some Americans coming up. We are just about sold out. We're almost at capacity. We have a few spots left, so if you're interested, by all means, shoot us a message, PM at the page, the Facebook group. Information's all there. And hopefully we can accommodate you. I'd love to have you. I know we were contacted by the admin over at the OSBGL. I guess they had a scheduling conflict with their original September event, so their event is now scheduled on the same day as ours. Life happens. I think the important thing is that we have a robust enough community now in Ontario that we can support two events on the same day. 2 years ago, you wouldn't have seen that. Now that, you've got the OSBGL kind of in the north, Toronto area, we're down in the southwest. We're kind of doing our own thing. So a lot of the people that we have on our attendance list are locals. They're people that are taking part in the OHA League, which I'll touch on in a minute. But it's interesting to see you've kind of got that east-west group thing going on. So anyways, with the Americans coming, excited to have people. We've got some prize support rolling in. I threw some pictures up of that. I've been working on terrain. Just seeing what we can throw together for tables. It's obviously a lot of work. Logistics is huge that go into these things, the amount of planning and stuff, and this is just a small event, so I can't even imagine, like James on a scale of 220 plus players organizing terrain and mats, and it's just insane. So feel your pain slightly. Definitely glad that I'm not the one having to deal with all of that, but good on you. Congratulations, James. It sounds like it was a great event, and looking forward to popping out and hopefully taking part one of these years. But what else have we got? Next for the channel. Obviously, the channel has been kind of dead for the last little bit. We're going to ramp that back up. Obviously, OHA Dane and OHA Tony are invigorated. We want to get some bat reps going. We want to get filming on some of these awesome tables that we have. So there's a few plans in the works there. I'm going to try to get a little more regular on P&P, keep up. Obviously, there's been so many new releases and so many exciting announcements. Obviously, at Articon with the announcement of the new supplement, the next one coming out, that's going to be exciting for people. So obviously, there's going to be lots to touch on in the future. The made to order is obviously really exciting. Looking forward to that and continuing that trend to see, if we can get access to models that we haven't had access to, and you're having to pay an arm and a leg for through eBay or wherever you're getting them. So excited for that. A few changes at the OHA. We're going to be looking at hopefully expanding a little more as far as number of events go. We've had some people approach us saying, 2 is not really enough. So we're looking at adding some events, which is great. The OHA League is still going right now. It's on a Battle Companies rotation. The guys are playing in London at the Game Chamber. I, again, because of life, have not been taking part. Hoping to now with the summer winding down, getting into the fall. Looking forward to making some trips, once this thing migrates out of the battle companies into, back into the sort of normal game. So got a great bunch of players, great bunch of guys. We brought in some new players, which is awesome. So we're very excited to be growing that league. So looking forward to that. The game chamber is also expanding, which is awesome. They've got a new space just down. It's like three or four shops down from them. It's a much larger unit, 3 times the size. Going to have a huge gaming area. Really looking forward to that. That's going to add a lot of tables, add a lot of capability for us to expand that game night, and in the future, hopefully, if Tim's willing, do some more tournaments and stuff at that location. It's prime. There's food, stuff all the way around. It's a good spot. So those are sort of the changes that we're looking at on the OHA. Yes, I had to make a cheat sheet. It's been so long, I didn't remember how to do this anymore, so I made a cheat sheet. What did I want to touch on? I touched on scouring. Obviously after all this prep, I'm working on a lot of terrain right now, just to make sure that we've got enough for tables. Obviously OHA George put in a Herculean effort for hot lead, and it left him a little fried, I think. So we're trying to keep as much pressure off of OHA George for a change as possible. So there's been a lot of great guys chipping in, people offering to bring stuff, which is great. So OHA George is still going to be there. He's going to bring some goodies, which is awesome. But, there won't be lugging no 12 themed massive tables in a transport truck across Ontario to do the event. So looking forward to him having a chance to kick back, relax, have a few pints, and just chill out within the community. So I know he's looking forward to that, and so are we. As for next for the channel, I have some goodies that I have to go over, and unfortunately, because of my slacking, I'm 3 behind, which is not good, and I apologize, Damien and Tom, but I got some beautiful stuff in the mail that I'm going to need to go over with you fine folks to touch on. And yes, even this one just arrived this morning, fresh off the press. Appreciate it, guys. It's awesome. I've obviously had to flip through these. These SBG magazines are fantastic. If you have not checked them out, you need to. Shoot an email over to sbgmagazine@gmail.com. Damien and Tom can hook you up. They can get you back copies. They can get you the new stuff, whatever you want. If you are into SBG in any way, these magazines are for you. They are high quality. They are fantastic documents or publications. There's a lot of time and effort and love that goes into these things, and it shows. It really does. And I'm proud to say both this issue here, so this would be issue 8 and issue 9, both have some homegrown Canadian content in it. So hats off to Father Justin, who wrote an article in this particular magazine about the wooden spoon, which is awesome. Really good to see. And then, of course, none other than of Blackfire fame, Adam Marcel. He wrote an article on Thranduil's Halls in this particular magazine. So Obviously, he's got a great love of that army, plays it quite a bit in the OSBGL, has had it at a number of events, so he's got some definite insight. So that's actually the Tactica, which is really, really awesome, because that's one of the great features I love about this magazine, is the Tactica. Now, I don't know why you'd want a Tactica for elves, because they're rubbish, but if I can make a suggestion, you need a Dwarven Tactica back in this magazine as soon as possible. It will bring the publication value up, I'm sure. But anyways, I'm going to get to reviewing those. I'm going to do a review for each one individually. This particular one, again, is filled with more elfy goodness. This is a Tariel special. Apparently, she's some sort of famous elf or something. I don't know. I'm not really sure on the lore on this one, but there's a lot of men dressed up as women in this one. But we'll have a look. We'll go through it. We'll review them. Definitely worth checking them out, though. Get a hold of Damien and Tom. They are of a GBHL fame. You can see them on the GBHL. Damien does a bunch of videos. Tom, not so much. He's sort of in the background, but they were both at Articon. I guess the guys were able to meet them. And anyways, Damien was nice enough to ship those over to me to get the review done, so we will do that. That's it. That's all I got for this week's P&P. I didn't want to get into too much. Just a quick refresher. I got to kind of get my legs back under me for filming. I got to go and edit this and put in all the graphics and very complicated stuff. It's very boring. Anyways, we're going to get more content up, guys. Promise. We're going to have more stuff coming. Coverage from Scouring. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I would really like to stream some games. Do a setup at the table where we can screen, whether it's top table or whatever, anything just for fun. We're doing 4 rounds this year, single day, and then we're going to do a siege at night. Sunday's available for open play if we want. The other convention goers will be there, whatever, but our main event is just a single day this year. And we changed that at request from a lot of people. For some, the 2 days was a little much. And obviously with Hot Lead, our big one, for War of the Ring in March, that's already, a 2.5 day event. So we didn't want to be asking that of everybody every time we have an event, have it being a massive event. So Hot Lead's going to be our big one. That's our baby. That's the sort of marquee event. We're right in the spotlight, huge hall, lots of convention goers. So we're going to make some changes and sort of change with what the players want. We want to be cognizant of that, and we want to make sure that we're scratching that itch and giving them what they want. So stay tuned to the OHA. Stay tuned to the Facebook group, the Instagram, the YouTube, whatever other tubes we have. Keep an eye on it. Great to see you guys again. Hope to have you back to P&P soon. And cheers. Happy hobbying. We'll catch up soon.